Hi there, so it finished 1-1 today against Brighton for us. Your thoughts on the game?
Tough game, especially when you're 11 against 12. But yeah, I guess we have to be happy with 1 point today.
Yeah, you mentioned 11 against 12. That referee was awful. It's one of the worst performances I think I've ever seen. And you know, we always say that was a bad performance and you haven't seen a worse one, but you go see an even worse one not long after. It's just continued happening. We've seen it year on year. The refereeing standards is so poor and they're not held accountable. In a normal situation, if you're in a job, if you don't perform well, you get a first warning, second warning, and then you're sacked. There has to be some sort of way of monitoring performances and making sure they at the right standards. And it just seems like they're not good enough. We hear that sometimes they'll demote them to referee in the lower league, or they'll make them miss a game or two. They're still getting paid. It's not enough of a
one game and then they're up to the Premier League.
It makes no sense how they're doing it. They've got to find a better system to make sure the performances are of a better standard.
Yeah, that's true.
So with a red card, we saw that he's given Rice a second yellow card for kicking the ball away. He barely kicked the ball. It wasn't like he kicked it far away in anger. It's way too harsh.
The thing is, so for Pedro in the first half, he kicked the ball half a pitch away. No yellow card. Then 1 meter, it's a yellow card for Declan Rice. There has to be some standard, I think, because... Okay, if that's a yellow card, but you have to give the Brighton players yellow card for the same thing if that's the case.
So you want to see fairness,
consistency. Exactly. Consistency, that's the thing.
And then we saw
no referee in this league has consistency. And that's the only thing I want from a referee, consistency.
Yeah, for sure. But we saw their player kick out at Rice, which is violent conduct, and nothing was done. And again, VAR, they're meant to be watching. Why are they not saying to the referee what's going on?
I don't know. VAR is just shit. I have nothing to say about it.
So it started well. The first half, we played really well. Got that good goal. What a goal by Havertz. Took it really well. It was nice to set up by Saka. Havertz has scored at the start of the season now a couple of times. We saw at the end of last season as well, when he went into that striker role, he was scoring a lot of goals. Do you think he's a player this season who can go and get 20, 25 plus goals?
Absolutely. I mean, he scored 2 and 1 assist so far, so 100%. And seems like it's the first choice if he starts every game. 20 plus goals, no problem for him.
Yeah, hopefully. There's been a lot of talk that we needed to get a striker, but he's the man in possession now. Got to back him. Hopefully he can have a great season and get that high amount of goals.
Yeah, so, you can't sign another striker when he's playing like this. I mean, if you sign a striker and put him on the bench, the signals you put out with that signing is... it's just weird. It's like the Raya signing last season. Ramsey played well the season before. You sign a new goalkeeper. It's just weird, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So, I wanted to ask you, talking about Ramsdale. He left yesterday. So, we want to ask you overall on the transfer window. We saw Nketiah leaving yesterday. We saw Reece Nelson going out on loan. We saw Smith Rowe early in the window go. In terms of players coming in, we've seen Calafiori come in. We've seen Mourinho, unfortunately, got injured. So unlucky getting injured in training like that. But we also then yesterday we saw Raheem Sterling coming in on loan from Chelsea, and we saw Neto, the goalkeeper, coming in from Bournemouth on loan as well. So what was your thoughts overall on our transfer window?
It's decent. I think no world-class players coming in, and I'm okay with that. I think the floor has to be raised first until you sign the world-class players. Neto is I think he's a good keeper to be second choice. Ramsdale, you can't have him as a second choice keeper. He's too good to be that. It wouldn't be great to have him as a second choice. Raheem, not my favorite player, but if he can take being on the bench most of the games, yeah, sure, why not? And Calafiori seems like a good player, yeah.
Well, he's saying we've seen he's worked with Arteta before. We saw what a player he was at Man City and at Liverpool early in his career. He's a very good player. Hopefully we can help him get back to that sort of form. Arteta, as I said, has worked with him. So hopefully he can get him back to the sort of form that he used to be in.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's a player that's good in a certain system. I know if you give him a role, I think he will be a good player. I mean, Chelsea is just chaos, Go out there on the pitch and play. No one, it's just Cole Palmer that can play like that. So I think he can do some great things for Arsenal, but not a starter for me.
Okay, cool. So what would you give our window out of 10?
I mean, solid 7, I think. I mean, players out, they had to go, to be fair. I love Emil, but if he's not going to play, that's a great price for him. Same with Nketiah. Yeah, good price. And I think the players coming in are probably better suited for, especially the bench and the coming into bench and change the games.
So just going back to today's game, second half, having to play with 10 men for so long is that most of the second half we had 10 men. So in that situation, you want to make sure you don't lose the game. You know, we tried to win it, obviously. We did have a couple of chances to try and hit on the break, but, you know, make sure you don't lose it. We've done that. We've come out. We're still undefeated. In them circumstances, it is still a good point.
Yeah. You know, as fans, you want to win the game, but when you see Ryan, he took his time with the ball, the players as well. So I think the team was happy with 1 point. That makes me happy with 1 point as well. So yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's the circumstances dictate the situation.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
obviously, when we come into the game, we want to get the 3 points. We're at home, but Brighton are a good team. Got to respect them, and they had everything in their favour today. The referee, they say the 12th man for them. But yeah, we'll take the point. Now it is on to a couple of massive games after international break. We've got Tottenham away and Man City away. With Tottenham, Rice is definitely going to miss that. He'll be suspended. I'm not sure the situation with Odegaard and Timber coming off. Don't know if they're going to be injured. We know Mourinho's going to be injured. So we don't know it's international break as well. What happens when they all come back? But it's a little bit away still. But what's your thoughts on that Tottenham game?
No idea. I mean, we barely lose against Tottenham, I feel like. So, yeah, I mean, I would have been happy with 1 point in that game, but when we do it today, we probably needed to win that game. So, yeah. Tough question. I mean, Rice away, probably happy with 1 point to be fair, but of course want to win the game.
Yeah, for sure. Let's hope we can go there and get the 3 points. We've done it in the last couple of seasons. I hope we can do it again. Alright, so just wanted to finish with asking you your thoughts overall on the season ahead now. So it's a very small sample size, only 3 games that we played. But based on what you've seen so far, based on our squad now, you know the transfer window is closing. You know what our final squad is for now until January. And based on what you've seen with other teams and their squads, how far do you think we can go in the Premier League?
Top 2 for sure, but yeah, I think City will win it again and we come second, unfortunately.
Okay, and what do you think would be a good season for you then? Overall, like in terms of not just the league, but all the trophies that we're going through.
At least 1 trophy this season. We haven't won anything for a while, so yeah, we need a trophy this season. Yeah, 2nd place at least.
Okay, in Champions League, we saw the draw made the other day. You happy with the draw? And how far do you think we can go in that?
I'm happy with the draw, but the toughest games are away, I feel. So, and I don't think we performed that well away in Europe, to be fair. But yeah, we go through to the next round at least, so let's take it from there.